So today, we have a very exciting episode. We are making some Spanish cake cookies that not only have a great flavor to them, but they're very easy to make. Like seriously, I'm no baker, and every time I make these cookies, they perfectly turn out. We're talking Españoletas Aragonesas. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookies, this is about as good as it gets, as the cookies are effortless to put together, where there's no tricky techniques or special equipment needed. They're filled with honest, clean flavors, made with the most basic pantry staples, and the best part, just 10 minutes to put together. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. La Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the most incredible selection of artisan Spanish ingredients, like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes, among so many other ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings, and they even offer classic grilling systems. That way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure to use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Let's begin by grabbing 3 large eggs and cracking them into a large bowl. The ones that I'm using are cage-free organic, but you can use whatever egg you like. But like I always tell you, on recipes that are this simple, the higher the quality ingredients, the better the overall flavor. Then we'll finely grate the zest of half a lemon, making sure to avoid that white pith as it adds a bitter flavor. And we'll whisk the eggs together until they're light and frothy, which takes about 1 to 2 minutes. I'm using a manual whisk, but you can also use an electric one if you like. After about 2 minutes, and the eggs are light and frothy, I'm going to slowly add in 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar, which is 250 grams. The secret, slowly add in that sugar while you continue to whisk everything together. This is going to ensure that that sugar evenly incorporates into the egg mixture. Once all the sugar has been added and incorporated into the eggs, I'm going to add in 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 90 milliliters. You can use other oils here if you like, but extra virgin is the one that's traditionally used in this recipe. And we'll whisk it together until that olive oil is well mixed into the mixture. And for the final ingredients, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which is 14 grams, and 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, which is about 1 1/2 grams. And we'll continue to whisk this together, and at the same time, slowly add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which is 240 grams. Just like the oil, you can use other types of flour to make these cookies, such as whole wheat or even gluten-free. Just use the exact same measurements. And as the mixture starts thickening up, you can swap out the whisk for a spoon, as it makes it so much easier to continue to mix those ingredients. Once all the flour has been added and we've ended up with a thick and creamy batter, this mixture is ready to go. And let me tell you, if your batter's too thick, you can add in a little liquid in there, such as milk, to thin it out, and vice versa. If your batter's too thin, you add in more flour. But let me tell you, either way, these cookies are very forgiving, meaning even if your measurements are not right on the money, the cookies are still going to have a great taste. For the next step, let's start shaping up our cookies. Now you can go about this 2 ways. You can grab spoonfuls of that batter and start adding it into a baking tray. I prefer to grab that batter, add it into a Ziploc bag, cut the end of it, kind of like a piping bag, and start adding that mixture into the baking tray. And let me tell you, you want the size of each cookie to be a little bit bigger than a walnut and evenly spaced out, as the cookies are going to expand once they're cooking. But most importantly, make sure it's lined with parchment paper. That way, once the cookies are baked, you can easily remove them from the baking tray. Once all the cookies are done, we'll add the baking tray into a preheated oven, bake and broil option. That's the bottom and top heat, very similar to a convection oven, 180 degrees Celsius, which is 355 degrees Fahrenheit. After about 10 to 12 minutes, these cookies are ready to go and they should have a beautiful light golden brown color to them. I'm going to take them out of the oven and let them rest at room temperature just for a couple minutes. And let me tell you, these cookies are supposed to have a light crispy texture to them. If you want a softer cookie, just bake them for about 5 minutes less. Once the cookies are cool enough to handle, they are ready to be served. Check it out, folks. Españoletas Aragonesas, a beautiful cookie recipe from the region of Aragon. Easy to make, the most basic ingredients, and just 10 minutes of prep work. You can serve these as is, or even sprinkle some powdered sugar over them. Either way, let's give them a try and see how they turned out. All right, folks, time for the moment of truth. Let's see how these cookies taste. Here we go. Check that out. I'm no good at baking, but like I told you in the beginning, these cookies always turn out beautiful, like crispy texture on the outside. And like I told you earlier, if you want a softer cookie, just bake them for 5 minutes less, but traditionally, they do have that incredible crisp. You saw this, so easy to make, the most basic ingredients, and no tricky techniques or special equipment. Give these a try at home, perfect for breakfast, as an afternoon snack, or even for dessert after dinner. Either way, the flavors are gonna completely blow you away. Real quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Manuel J. Rosales, Edward J. Garrison, David Houston, Britt Saunders, and Tandy Irvin. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego. It doesn't get better than that. I am no bueno at baking. Got the cookies. Got the coffee. We're rock and roll. So